Man, oh man. Texas two-step all over the Red River Rivalry. Hook 'em horns. And then the quack, quack, them ducks at Eugene, Oregon, handling business at home over Ohio State. And you have other reactions from Penn State, USC, Florida, Tennessee, and others that happened in Week 7, but also previewing a juicy Week 8 lineup, headlined by the aforementioned Longhorns and some Bulldogs from the state of Georgia. Bearing down the gridiron starts right now.
I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. Okay. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. I am. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday. So that means it's time to talk college football. It is bearing down a gridiron here on October 16, 2024. We are already at the midpoint of the month already. Another 15 days and it'll be Halloween before we get into the month of November. And then when the month of November get here, we should start seeing some college football playoff rankings. So we're going to enjoy the AP polls for the remaining 2 weeks that we have left. Before we get to the juicy ranking, will be the college football playoff rankings because we're going to 12 teams now. But that's towards later in the month. Thank y'all for tuning in. My monarchs of wrestling brothers in the chat. What's up, cool? Hey man, I might be talking about your Hurricanes in the show later on because I think they have a game that I have to preview. Just throwing it out there. I think your Canes made the show today. Good to see you, my brother. Look, thank y'all for tuning in live on the Playmakers Bar Network YouTube channel, on the Playmakers Bar Facebook page, and my personal down in the Playmakers South LinkedIn page as well. Those of you who want to know if you want to catch the replay of this, you can always go back to the YouTube channel. But those of you who want to know what platforms or podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We have made it on Pandora. And then a couple of radio stations that will be airing this episode. 502 American Ninja Radio up in Indianapolis and up in the northern east corner of the United States from, the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York area, the Real Wise Radio. Shout out to my big brother, Wise at Health. I appreciate you putting my show on your radio station. So now that we got the greetings out the way, so it's only one way to begin this show, and we're going to begin this with our 2-minute drill to bring you the news and notes from around college football. And to begin our 2-minute drill, I got to start right at home, unfortunately. And go back to the beginning. There we go. Graham Mertz has his college football career end due to a torn ACL. Mertz was injured on a touchdown pass out of all plays in the world. He threw a touchdown pass midway through the third quarter to at least Bringhamham or Boardham, the tight end. Gave Florida a 10-0 lead midway through the third quarter, but on that play, he landed awkwardly from his drop back throw and tore his ACL. We're going to talk about the rest of the game later on when we do our gridiron roundup, but it is a little sad day in Gainesville, Florida, that Graham Mertz' college career is officially done due to an injury. He took to social media to give his thanks. He said, quote, Thank you for the 2 incredible years in Gainesville. Unfortunately, I suffered a torn ACL against Tennessee and will miss the remainder of the season. During my recovery, I will remain a part of the program and do whatever I can in the meeting rooms and from the sideline to help my teammates win. I want to thank everyone for the outpouring support during this time. Close quote. Graham, praying for a full recovery, sir. If you do try to go to the NFL, we'd love to see you at the combine. But I know this is not a very way that you wanted to end your college career with a torn ACL, but 6 years senior and it ends like that. So best wishes to you, sir, and hope to see you sometime down the future. Maybe you might get an NFL spot. We don't know. We shall see. From one injury news from that same game to another one. Keenan Philippi tore his ACL, and he is to miss the rest of the season. Tennessee will be without starting middle linebacker and team captain Keenan Philippi for the remainder of the season after he torn his ACL and his right knee in Saturday game against Florida. Philippi led the Volunteers in total tackles with 29. He was 7. He was in his 7th season of college football after starting his career at BYU. He redshirted his first year at BYU in 2016, then served a 2-year church mission from 2017 to 2019. So, one game, 2 key players both done with ACL injuries. You hate to see. It's usually bad when one person in one game. We got 2 in the same game. Prayers of full recovery to you, sir. And let's see if you can get back healthy and maybe you can make a roster in the NFL, get to the combine, show them that you have fully recovered and whatnot. But prayers out to you for full recovery, just like we did from Grant Hurts. But the injury bug did not stop there. Even a coach got injured. Oklahoma State coach Gundy injures eye after running on ranch. What is going on in college football this week? On the heels of the 3rd straight loss, Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy took another hit during the Cowboys bye week, suffering an unusual eye injury that forced him to move his weekly in-person news conference to Zoom on Monday morning. Quote, well, I had a little run-in with my cattle over the weekend. I guess they've been watching us play, and I got headbutted. So I got a bad eye that I didn't think would be particularly enjoyable for people when they were looking at my pretty face in a live interview. Close quote. That is from Coach Gundy himself. So he got injured on a bye week. So, play Carter Sports Talk. Appreciate it, cool. He has added the show to the Play Call Sports Talk, so we are live on the Play Call Sports Talk as well. So anybody watching on the Play Call Sports Talk, thank you for tuning in on today. We are going through our 2-minute drill, giving you the news and notes from around the college football landscape. So Mike Gundy, he suffered an injury and he was on a bye week. Good gracious, what is going on here? What do we have going on here on this day and age? What is happening? All right, let's go to our next news here. Speaking of injuries and college careers ending, Colorado State standout receiver Torrey Holton out for the season. Colorado State wide receiver Torrey Holton, a 2-time first-team All-Mountain West selection, will miss the rest of the season and end his decorated college career with an injury that will require surgery. Now, the injury is undisclosed, so we don't know what type of injury he has, but it's undisclosed. Rams coach Jay Novell did not specify the injury in a statement Monday, although Holton left Saturday's game against San Jose State with a apparent knee injury late in the first half. He returned in the second half, but was limited and finished the game with 7 receptions and 75 yards. So the same as with Philippi of Tennessee, with Mertz for Florida. Holton, we pray for a full recovery for you, sir. We hope to see you in the NFL because you was the stud at Colorado State for the Rams. So we just pray for a full recovery and hope to see you at the next level. And before I continue on the morning shift with Cole Johnson. Cole Johnson's in the building. He said, "That's all right, Gundy. Your healthy eyesight is horrible. Why do you always come in and be petty out the back? You do it on monitor, right? Now you doing it here. You just come in and be petty right off the bat. You don't even, not even a think, not even a hello or what. You just come in and take shots at people. Jeez, Louise. Cole Johnson. That's Cole Johnson for you. But we love him. And we have more injuries to talk about. Utah starting quarterback Cam Rising out for the season. Isaiah Wilson will get to start for the Utes that is on a downstroke right now. Utah Utes quarterback Cam Rising is out for the season with a lower leg injury, and coach Kyle Winningham said Monday true freshman Isaiah Wilson will be the Utes starter until further notice. Rising was injured in Utah's 27-19 loss to Arizona State, which I will get to when we do our gridiron roundup. On Friday, his leg was bent backwards at an awkward angle following a hit on the Utes' first drive. The 7-year senior finished out the contest but struggled with his mobility and accuracy. He completed only 43% of his passes and threw 3 interceptions against the Sun Devils. Yeah, put a bookmark on that because that's what we're going to talk about. Now I know why it happened, but yeah, that's just. Yep. And I believe that would be in his college career too. So as of right now, we are only on our 5th news. And I got 2 more to get to. When Cole Johnson and play caller says, is Rising going to transfer or get a bigger NIL deal? No, I believe I think this is the end for Cam Rising. So I do believe Graham Mertz, Philpott from Tennessee, Holton from Colorado State, and Cam Rising, I think all their college career just ended with injuries. And it seemed like all of them all suffered possibly a ACL injury, which is this is all in week 7. All in week 7. Mertz and Philpott both injured in the same game because it was Florida versus Tennessee. Holton was going against San Diego State, and Rising was going against Arizona State. All have leg injuries that is season ending. And I think all 4 of them, they college career is over. If I'm not mistaken, I think all 4, they college career is over. So I don't think Rising is getting another year. He's a 7-year senior. Mertz is a 6-year senior. Philpott, I believe, is a 5th-year senior. Holton, he was a 5th-year senior. So yeah, this is very it's a very troubling week 7 for his injuries and ending college careers earlier than expected. So Cole Johnson says Rising going down is a huge blow to Utah being in the playoffs. Yeah, you're looking at somebody who picked them to win the Big 12. I'm being completely honest. But now, Cole Johnson, you asked a question on Facebook, and I wanted to give you an answer. So as you see it here, NCAA is looking at what happened when the Oregon Ducks purposely induced the 12-man penalty rule. Okay, and I'm pretty sure people is probably trying to figure out what is going on with this. So as the game was winding down, there was a penalty on the Oregon Ducks because they had 12 players on the field. Now, people saying what the issue is, they got penalized. Here's the issue. The referees don't stop the play when there's 12 people on the field. The play happens. And if I believe it or not, that play end up in an incompletion or maybe a short game. I don't remember exactly how it happened. But I know that a good 7 seconds ran off the clock. Guess what? Even though it was a penalty on Oregon, they got penalized for it. Ohio State lost 7 seconds. So, Cole, does that help you answer the question of why there's a big problem? The play was ran. The play did not stop. The play was ran. Oregon got penalized, but Ohio State can't get them 7 seconds back. That was ran off on that play that was penalized. Now, I know my brother Cole Johnson very well, and I already know what he's going to say, but I'm going to say when I do the gridiron roundup because I know exactly what he's going to reply with, so I'm going to wait till we do the gridiron run, because we're going to talk about that game. But those of you who want to know, now the NCAA, they are issuing interpretation to restore time on the 12-man penalty. This was just updated today. All right. The NCAA is closing the loophole used by Oregon to shave time off the game clock at the end of Saturday's win over Ohio State. In a release Wednesday, the NCAA issued new rule interpretation on how to handle a penalty for 12 players on the field in the final 2 minutes of either half. If the defense has 12 players actively participating in a down, the offense can choose to, along with the 5-yard penalty, to have the game clock reset to the time that it had been displayed before the snap. No time change would be made if there were 12 players, but one of them was attempting to leave the field and did not affect the play. That's the 2 play that we talked about. So, yeah, 12 players was on the field. Ohio State lost some seconds. They couldn't get those seconds back. And it's not the ref's fault, because it's not in the rule book to put the time back on the clock for a defensive penalty. So that's why it was a loophole that, I think Dan Lanning is joking about it, saying that he used a loophole, but there was a loophole that was used. And guess what? It ain't the ref's fault. It ain't Oregon's fault. And it ain't Ohio State's fault. It's the rule. The rule backfired. The rule did not help Ohio State in that situation. So that's what happened. They had to call a dead ball. I don't give a crap what new rule they institute. The zebra showed no balls and blowing the play dead. They never blow the play dead when it's 12 men on the field. They never do. That play happens. And then you get the 5-yard penalty on top of it. If you get a gain or not, you get 5 yards added to it. It just, in this case, it came at a later stage that time was a factor. See what happens when you don't think about everything? NCAA. Now you have to institute a rule now that, hey, that's what happens. Because when do you ever see referees blow the play dead when there's 12 people on the field? They never do. They throw the flag and let the flag happen and let the play happen, and then they'll go from there. Well, maybe Cole. And Cole says, dead ball. The refs aren't bashful blowing whistles to gain time to grant timeouts. They can do the same when they count 12 men on the field. Well, guess what? Tell the NCAA they put that in the rule book, and they will. It's not in the rule book to blow the play dead when there's 12 people on the field. That's my point. It's not in the rule book. If it was in the rule book, you have a conversation. It's not in the rules. So you just penalize them for having 12 people on the field. Play continues. No dead ball. So that's just the way it is. So yes, Oregon got away with one. We'll talk about it later. And our final news on a lengthy 2-minute drill will be Hawaii will officially become a full-time member of the Mountain West. Now, there was only part of the Mountain West in football since 2012, but now you can add all the other sports to the Mountain West, started in July of 2026. Okay. Now, with the whole conference realignment, they'll get y'all caught up. Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, and Utah State will be leaving the Mountain West to head to the Pac-12. So, in response, the Mountain West have added UTEP from the Conference USA. They still have Air Force, Nevada, New Mexico, UNLV, San Jose State, and Wyoming. Now they're adding the full complement members of Hawaii to the mix, which give them 8 full-time members, which they need in order to stay a NCAA conference. So there you go. That's why the Mountain West have done what they did. They got Hawaii to jump fully on board. Now they can stay a conference in 2026. Okay. And that will do it for our 2-minute drill. All right. Let me see what Cole got. Because Cole has a lot to say today, which is very interesting. He says Lenny needs to have something stuck in his mouth. I cannot do it. My zippers. You're wrong for that. You are wrong for that, sir. All right. We're going to take our break. First break. When we come back, we're going to dive into our Gridiron Runner from week 7 because of interesting things happen in week 7. We'll be back.
World where chronicles of the past are brought to the streams. Whether the content is relatable or completely beyond your realm of life, there is no shadow of a doubt that this show is absolutely full of shenanigans. Get ready for
D. Willie in the evening.
This Sunday at 10:05 p.m. Eastern.
Exclusively on Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome. Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA Knight. Oh, okay. Then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by whipping your team, your league, or your favorite player. Fanatics, official license, everything.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Williams stood 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Bobby J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, Roy. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm laughing because I have Cool McCain and Cole Johnson in the chat, and these two. So I'm gonna put Cole Johnson's comment up here again, which I'm not going to repeat. Cool decides to respond with no DD with question marks, and Cole Johnson decides to say hashtag no DD complete with no baby horror. These two here. I got the comedic uppercut in the chat, and I got Prince Petty in the chat as well. Good gracious. This is what I deal with on a weekly basis when it comes to these two. I haven't seen my brother Wise, but he's King Petty, so he probably would have joined in on the fun too, knowing him. But nevertheless, welcome back to Bear Down the Gridiron. It's time for us to recap week 7 of the college football season in our Gridiron Roundup. And we're going to begin our Gridiron Roundup with Friday's night's game between Utah and Arizona State. And Arizona State 27, Utah, who was ranked 16 at the time, 19, as we all know. Cam Rising got injured in the first quarter, did not lead the game, still try to fight through it, threw 3 picks, and it didn't work. Did not work. We're talking almost equal in 20 yards, 3 turnovers, though, all by Cam Rising's interception, 1 turnover for Arizona State. And shout out to Arizona State, 5-1 on the season. And my pick to win the Big 12 is now 4-2, and both losses is in the Big 12. So we are not only 4-2, but we are 0-2 in conference play. Not looking good for me when it comes to the Big 12. Cool McCain says, I have upgraded to an Earl of pettiness. Oh my goodness. I can't beat y'all too. Anyway, yep, not looking good for the Big 12. For my Big 12 pick, Utah's already 0-2 behind the Sosua 8-ball of the Big 12 right now. Hopefully they can figure some stuff out. Now they know that Cam Rising's not coming back. That was Friday night. Let's go to Saturday. Because Saturday was a whole lot of fun for certain people. First three games, we got Alabama sneaking. I do me sneaking by South Carolina and Tuscaloosa. These fans are not pleased with the performance of Alabama. You lost for the first time ever to Vanderbilt the prior week, and then you come home and you almost got your ass beat by South Carolina. I'm just making sure I just throw that out there. Make sure people understand that Tuscaloosa they are not pleased whatsoever with what's been happening with the Crimson Tide killing the boy. I think people are starting to wish that they had Nick Saban back right about now. They may miss the nominations, okay? Cole Johnson. I do believe your Longhorns did the Texas two-step all over Oklahoma in the Red River Rivalry, because I thought that was going to be a game for a minute. First quarter was interesting. Second quarter, and there was some reason, I guess, Quentin Ernst remembered, like, oh, okay, I'm back. I was shaky in the first quarter. I'm back second quarter, and all of a sudden, Texas just ran away. Is this the less points Oklahoma has ever scored in the Red River Rivalry? They only scored a field goal. 3 points. I didn't know that was possible with the Oklahoma team. At all my years watching Oklahoma, I didn't know Oklahoma can only score 3 points in the game. I thought I would never see it, but I saw it Saturday with my own 2 eyes. Is this the less points that has ever been scored by Oklahoma in the Red River Rivalry? 3 points? Good gracious. And they just two-step all over them. Texas. Hook 'em horns. They showing that, hey, we are coming for the SEC. We're not playing around. Because, geez, they didn't have to do Oklahoma like that. They really didn't have to do Oklahoma like that. And then the game we're going to look at from the 3. Penn State survived out in LA against the USC Trojans. At one point, the score was 20-6 at halftime. And you can hear the rumors all the way from Nittany Lion land up in Pennsylvania. You can hear it. You can feel the rumblings. James Franklin is finna sit here and lose another big game, this time to a newcomer in the USC Trojans. You can hear it. You can feel it. You can feel it. Like Jeff Saturday used to say when he do his pancakes on Get Up. You think you just looking like, all right, what's gonna happen? Third quarter comes about. Okay, the offense looks better. Defense is starting to stop USC. 14-3. You're back in the game, and you have to lead. You're making something happen. All right. You come out in the fourth quarter, tied up, going to overtime. USC misses a field goal in overtime, and you make your field goal in overtime. That's how you win 33-30. Hell of a game, by the way. Hell of a game. James Franklin didn't blow a big game. That's good for him for once. 518 yards for the Lithy Lions, 4-9 for the Trojans. The Lithy Lions did have 3 turnovers, and you couldn't explain either one of the turnovers. You really can't. But nevertheless, James Franklin did not have that disastrous loss yet on his season. He survived this one. He will see Ohio State down the road, sometime down the road. And good for James Franklin. You survived this one. You survived this one, sir. You survived this one. And then you go to your standings. Allen, 30 for 43, 391 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You can't even explain all 3 of them. That's how bad it was. You can't even give no rhyme or reason on why he threw 3 picks. That's how bad it was. Millen Moss, only 220 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. Running game was not there for Penn State, but they survived. Hey, man, this dude Warner, that tight end, oh, he's going to be in the NFL. Oh, he's going to the NFL. 17 catches, 224 yards and a touchdown. He's going to be the next tight end. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking for Warner to be that next tight end once Travis Kelce and George Kittle are done doing their thing. We're looking for that next wave of tight end. Warner for Penn State is on my list. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Cole Johnson says Texas coming for that number 1 spot. Still a long season to go, sir. Both Texas and Oklahoma have been shut out in the Red River Rivalry multiple times. Okay. I might have missed those games. All right. Thank you for the education, sir. Needed that. Let's go to our next set of 3 games. BYU is continuing to show their dominance. 41-19 win over Arizona. And they are 6-0, and they are on top of the Big 12 right now. If you had the BYU Cougars on top of the Big 12 after 7 weeks of playing football, you need to play the jackpot because you are one smart dude. Because I damn sure didn't have BYU being the top of the Big 12 at this moment in time. I definitely didn't. I'm not going to lie to you. But shout out to the BYU Cougars. They are handling business this season. Business. And then, the other 2 games we're going to talk about. Starting where a place where Cole Johnson is very familiar with. Knoxville, Tennessee, Leland Stadium. The 8th-ranked Volunteer trying to bounce back from the loss that they suffered at Arkansas, taking on arch rival Florida Gators. And listen to Cole Johnson talk about this. When it comes to football, maybe basketball too, Florida is their number 1 rivalry. It's not Vanderbilt, who is also in the state, not right down the state. I mean, not that far. I mean, Nashville and Knoxville not that far apart. You don't think Kentucky. But no, it is the Florida Gators. And as you see here, 23-17 winning overtime for the Volunteers. So they got their bounce back win. Did they not lose 2 straight? And there's many different ways I can go for this, but I'm going to give you the statistics first before I go into what I need to go into. Florida out yardage Tennessee, 361-312. Both teams had 2 turnovers. Florida controlled the ball more for almost 10 more minutes than Tennessee, but yet Tennessee got the win, as you can see. Now, I'm going to sit here and tell you, no matter what I say, you're going to say, well, but I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you with honest non-biased take. I'm gonna give it to you honestly. Florida lost this game. And trust me, Cole Johnson would tell me if I'm lying or not. He would be in the chat tell me if I'm lying or not. Even Cool would tell me if I'm lying or not. Florida lost this game more than Tennessee won this game. Those of you out there say you just being biased because you just saying that because Florida lost. And you're not gonna give Tennessee the credit. No, Tennessee was given the opportunities and they took advantage of it. That's what I'm saying. Florida lost this game more than Tennessee won this game. First off, and this the first one I'm about to talk, you probably pissed me off more than anything. Okay, we're driving the ball down the field, right? They got DJ Lagway in the game, and Montrell Johnson just come up this bitty short of the first down. We're talking 4th and inches. So some was probably 4th and inch. Okay, 4th and inch. All right. What does Bill Napier call on 4th and inch inside the 20 of Tennessee? He calls a freaking end around. Instead of using DJ Lowry, who is 6'2", 240-pound quarterback, for a quarterback sneak to get the first down. To move the chains. Inside the red zone. He does an end around. And guess what happened? When you run end arounds in the SEC, you get caught. Cole Johnson, even though you were a Longhorn friend, you've been part of the Big 12 for a long time, but you stayed in you stayed in Tennessee for quite a bit, so you've been part of the SEC even before Texas came along. How many times have you seen an in and around work in the SEC? How many times, Cool McCain, you stay in Charlotte, so you part of the SEC and the ACC by the fact that you stay in Charlotte. How many times have you watched ACC games? You seen an in and around working in the SEC? 4th and inches, and you call it goddamn in around. Took points off the board, gave the ball back to Tennessee. Lucky enough, the defense who played a hell of a game. Defense, y'all played a hell of a game. I'm going to tell you that. Y'all played a hell of a game. Defense, do not feel bad. Y'all played your asses off against Tennessee. A Tennessee team that I thought was going to come in pissed off because they know they shouldn't have lost to Arkansas. So defense, I give y'all all the credit in the world. Y'all did everything that y'all could to have that game won by your offense, and your offense didn't come through for you because the head coach didn't know what the hell he was doing, calling stupid plays. Like the one I'm going off on right now. Dumbass play call. An in around on 4th and inches. Now, defense decided to pick off Tennessee. One of their 2 turnovers, interception. The other one was early in the game when Tennessee had a misexchange between the quarterback and running back, and Florida ended with the ball. But the second turnover, interception. Get the ball. Driving right back down the field. Montrell Johnson got you inches from the touchdown. I mean, almost like the play I just went off on. Inches for the touchdown. Okay, what we going to call? We're going to call quarterback sneak with Graham Mercer's at the quarterback. At this point in time, he didn't injure his knee at this moment in time. He's at the inch line. We go quarterback sneak. He fumbles the football at the goal line. Instead of giving it to Montrell Johnson, who just got you down there, give him the ball back because he's rocking and rolling. He's running over volunteers. And my line, Coach Johnson, Montrell Johnson was running over volunteers. Give him the ball back so he can get in the end zone. No, we're gonna do a quarterback sneak with Graham Mertz. He fumbles at the goal line. Tennessee dodges another touchdown. What are we doing on offense, man? What are we doing? Billy Napier gets on my freaking nerves. Okay? I'm like, bro, Montoya is on one. He's running volunteers. He don't care. Get that man the ball back. Let him reward him by putting him in the end zone for what the work he's doing. No, we're gonna put it in our quarterback hand. He fumbles at the one. Bro, what are we doing? We had the opportunity. That is literally 14 points on the board right there. Them 2 drives that told you. That's 14 points right there. Just look, we lost in overtime. But that's 14 points we left on the board. And then at the end of the first half, we get to the 30. We have a pre-snap penalty. By the way, this is one of the major issues I have with Billy Napier right now. Why do the freaking heck and all my mother freaking father in life, why with him at the helm, we have so many pre-snap penalties on offense? A pre-snap penalty on offense puts us back towards the 38-yard line, and the kicker misses the freaking field goal at the end of the half. So, and by the way, all this that complaint that y'all hearing from me, this all happened in the first half. And Cole Johnson would tell you everything I'm talking about happened in the first half. So instead of us being up 20-0 at halftime, we up 3-0. We up 3-0. 3-0. Look at that. You see? Quarter 1, 3, Florida, 0, Tennessee. Second quarter, nobody scored. Because guess what? All them 3 plays I'm talking about all happened in the second quarter. Every last one of them happened in the second quarter. So guess who feels good about themselves going into the halftime? The Tennessee Volunteers, because they was on the verge, because they should be on upset alert at halftime. They should have been feeling really bad about themselves right now because they should have been down 20-0. 20-0. But we left 17 points on the board. And Tennessee picked up their rhythm. They picked themselves up, and they started to make plays on offense, and we couldn't stop them. And we just couldn't stop them. And Tennessee ended up winning in overtime. Graham Mertz, 125 in the touchdown. Montour Johnson, Montour could have literally ran for 100 yards, but Billy Napier's stupid behind play calling just, I don't know. I just don't know. You see Sampson, 27 carries, 112 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Nico Almanalaba, he didn't really do damage to us. It was very frustrating watching Billy Napier call the offense for Florida. Very frustrating because my defense was playing lights out. My defense was playing so good. And I'm just like, man, we finna waste up performance by this defense. Okay. And like I told you, they will tell you if I'm wrong or not. Cole Johnson says, Florida should have won that game. They controlled the flow. I saw the second half. He said, yeah, you're right. That game was for Florida's to win, and they lost it. You want to hear? You think me going off on a coach who lost? Wait till Cool McCain to later on the day. He might be going off on Nick Sirianni. That's what he's talking about. That remind me of Nicky Tight Pants. That's what he called Nicky Tight Pants. Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. You get to hear Cool McCain tonight on Eagles Late, and he might be going off on Nick Sirianni. And they won. That's how bad it is in Philly right now. Coach Johnson says you have too many athletes in the SEC to get away with end rounds. Even Cool McCain says 0. You don't do end rounds in the SEC. It doesn't work like that. See, Coach Johnson. Florida's defense did their job. High-powered offense in Tennessee, and they allowed only 17 points. That's why Florida should have won in Neyland Stadium. But nevertheless, we heard, as those of you who went on early, Graham Mertz injured his ACL in the third quarter of this game, and he is done for the season. So it's DJ Lagway season for the rest of the way. This is his team, and there's some optimism, there's some positivity from Florida, from the Gator Nation, because I asked him. I went to the Facebook group and I said, all right, now that we know that DJ Lagway will be the quarterback for the rest of the season, how do we feel? A lot of positives coming out from Gator Nation. But there are some worries because Billy Napier is still the head coach of the Florida Gators. Now, Billy Napier, I'm going to come back to you later on the show because I'm going to tell you this one thing, because you only got 2 weeks to prepare. 2. All right? But we're going to move on. Then our next game, let's go to Death Valley's staying in the SEC. We're going to go to Death Valley because, well. Another overtime game. 29-26, 13 ranked LSU Tigers take down 9th ranked Ole Miss. And Cole Johnson, I got to give you your props, sir. Lane Kiffin, does Lane Kiffin one play better than Brian Kelly? Good gracious. Just one play better. Because trust me, Ole Miss had this game in control. They were in control for this game. And all of a sudden, Lane Kiffin happened. Better than Brian Kelly happened. I don't believe it. I don't believe this. Oh my gosh. 464 yards for Ole Miss, 421 for LSU. Both teams had 2 turnovers. Both teams had 22 first downs. And Ole Miss controlled the ball for almost 4 more minutes. And yet you came out with a 3-point L in overtime. Why? Because you had a hard time putting the ball in the end zone in the red zone. Sound like a familiar thing here. Teams that can't put the ball in the end zone, can't put the ball in the end zone while in the red zone tends to lose. It's amazing how that works. Jeez, you can get to the red zone, but you can't score. Why? Why this happen so much? Why? Jackson Dart, 284 passing yards, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. That's not a Jackson Dart type game. So what was going on with you, sir? Nesmeyer, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. He turned the ball more than you, Dart, but he came up with a dub and you didn't. Am I missing something here? They had no running game. You had the running game, Ole Miss. You had Bentley the fourth go for 107 yards on 11 carries. See, if Cole Johnson was on the show right now, he'd be going in and laughing at the same time to Lane Kiffin, because how in the blue hell do you have a better running game, damn near equal passing attack, and you the one end up losing? Lane freaking Kiffin. What the hell? And yet, I'm going to go ahead and say it now because I know Cole probably said it in the chat. I haven't got to it yet. And yet, Lane Kiffin is on the top of our goddamn list to replace Billy Napier if and when he gets fired. Oh, there he is right there, Cole Johnson. No Lane Kiffin in the swamp. Well, look. Lane Kiffin again. Just a play better than Brian Kelly. There he is. He's taking his victory out. I told you. I don't trust Lane Kiffin. I don't trust Brian Kelly either. Damn it, I almost got it. Yeah, but to be honest, we both got it. Just Lane Kiffin decided to do it. Just do it one play better. Jeez Louise, what is going on here? Why? Just why? They had LSU throwing the ball almost every down in the fourth quarter, and still Ole Miss didn't stop LSU late. Oh, Cole ain't done. I'll take a Bobby Bowden's coffin coaching Florida than Lane Kiffin. And he said that on the show last week, too. Just good job. Good job, Lane Kiffin. Great job, Lane Kiffin. Great. I just can't with Lane Kiffin. And then finally, Iowa State, they took care of business in Morgantown, West Virginia, over the West Virginia Mountaineers, 28-16. They are undefeated in the Big 12. Kansas State got a dub. Oregon got a dub. Let's go to Eugene, Oregon, because it was the game of the week. Ohio State, number 2 in the land. Oregon Ducks, number 3 in the land. Big Ten matchup. 1-point victory, 32-31. By the way, I'm going to give you the statistics because we're going to get back to what we talked about earlier with that 12 men on the field penalty by Oregon that didn't really help Ohio State none whatsoever. Look at this. You can't get more closer than this. 496 to 467. Ohio State had the one turnover. Ohio State 21 first downs. Oregon 18 first downs. Ohio State controlled the ball for 7 more minutes than Oregon. But nevertheless, let me get you the player statistics here. Will Howard 326 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Dylan Gabriel 341 through the air and 2 touchdowns. Henderson only had 87 rushing yards. He didn't get in the end zone, which surprisingly to me. James for Oregon 115 rushing yards and a touchdown. It was a great game back and forth. Now, here's where we get to. Now, we talked about earlier the whole 12 players on the field penalty on Oregon, and we were talking about how the time that left on that play did not come back, which it never really does. Now the NCAA is making that change to where that if that ever happens again, it'll be a change. Here's what Cole Johnson would have said if he was on this program, because I know my brother Cole Johnson. It still doesn't excuse the fact that Will Howard ran for damn near 20 yards and forgot he only had 6 seconds on the clock. How fast you think you was going to get 20 yards, Will Howard, in 6 seconds? Let's just be honest. You're not the fastest person in football. I do mean professional in college and maybe high school too. You're not the fastest dude. So for you to run for 20 freaking yards, you should have knew that, oh, wait a minute, I just need a field goal. I might want to get down because you had one timeout. So, Will Howard, let those complain about the whole 12 men on the field on Oregon and you lost the 7 seconds or whatnot. Will Howard, you had one timeout and you had 6 seconds. You knew this on that final play of the game. You ran out the 6 seconds like an idiot, Dak Prescott, and forgot you had a goddamn timeout. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm pretty sure you knew. All right, we got 6 seconds, so we got one play. Get what we can, get down, get time out, get our field goal team out there. No, your ass ran the whole damn 6 seconds out. The whole 6 seconds. See, this is what Cole Johnson would have came in and started going in on Will Howard, because forget the loophole and the penalty on Oregon and all that stuff. You ran the ball knowing it was 6 seconds on the clock with a timeout. That's the more important part. You had a timeout that you knew you had in your back pocket. And yet you ran out the clock. You ran out the clock. Like, speaking of Cole Johnson, how you run on the last play of the game? He says Ryan Day should have been looking to the end zone, then that 10-yard out. If those plays ain't available with 4 seconds on the clock, launch that puppy out of bounds. Ryan Day can't do nothing. His quarterback decided to run. Ryan Day, only thing Ryan Day can do is call the play. His quarterback didn't execute. That's on his quarterback. That's on his quarterback. Told you. And I know it. See, I know my brother very well. No. I don't give a crap about the 12 men on the field. Ohio State still could have won that game. Just Will Howard wasn't thinking. He got caught up in the moment and forgot he had a timeout. Hello. Got a timeout. Get down. Call it. Field goal team out there. There's no guarantee he was going to make it, but give your kicker a chance, though. You ain't even give him a chance. Not a chance whatsoever. Not a chance. No chance. Cool McCain says his mama always said he was a special boy. You are so wrong for that. And I'm even wrong for even saying that on the goddamn show. I should have left that comment alone. Damn. That's on me. So And then now they're having fun with my Gators. Talking about Nick Sirianni. He'll be available next season, I hope. I don't want no goddamn Nick Sirianni in no damn Gainesville. I don't want Robert Saleh either. My defense is already damn good. I need somebody that know how to call some goddamn offense. That's what I need. Like Coach said, I couldn't believe how it took offense scramble. and ran the clock out. He just ran the clock out. I don't know what to tell you. And then finally, from Eugene, Oregon to Boulder, Colorado. What a game this was. 31, Kansas State. 28, Colorado. Colorado, Coach Prime, y'all had y'all chances. Y'all had y'all chances. You had your chances. You didn't capitalize on them. I don't know what to tell you, Coach Prime, but Coach, you had your opportunity. You just didn't capitalize on them. You let Kansas State control the ball in the second half, which is what you shouldn't allow. Give you the numbers here. 423 from Kansas State, 359 from Colorado. Both teams had turnovers. First downs down there even. But a full 10 minutes of ball control from the Wildcats than the Buffaloes. That's your difference right there. That's your difference. 35 minutes of ball action for Kansas State to 25 for Colorado. See, Coach Prime, you let Kansas State control the football. And when they control the football, they control the job. That's why you lost by 3 when you could have had a chance to win it. But no. You couldn't stop them from running the football. You couldn't stop them from making plays on third down. You just couldn't stop them. And you got punched. And that's a gut punch right there. Okay? Look at this. Avery Johnson, 224 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Giddens, do y'all see this? Giddens, 25 carries, 182 rushing yards. When you can control the ball for more than 10 minutes, that means that the running game is on point. And Colorado couldn't stop the running game of Kansas State. See, Shedeur Sanders, he putting up Heisman numbers. 388 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He's putting up Heisman numbers, but guess what? Who cares? You 4-2. You lost another game. You got your ass whooped in Nebraska week 2. And then Kansas State just walked in there and said, oh, wait a minute. So they not good at stopping the run, huh? Okay. Giddens, here you go. Avery, give me a little quick pass. There you go. Giddens, here you go. Giddens, here you go. That man ran for almost 200 yards on you. Just y'all wasn't ready. Y'all in the Big 12. It's different. Y'all not in the Pac-12 no more. Y'all in the Big 12. It's different out here. It's different in the Midwest. Coach Johnson said K-State punched Colorado in the mouth. Colorado did their best to make the game attract me, but they fell short. That's what happens, though. Colorado was in there, though. You can say they was in there by the score, but when come on, cool, you know this. When another team is controlling the ball for a whole 10 minutes more than you, that says a lot about your defense. How you let one team control the ball for a whole 10 minutes? That's more than half a quarter worth of time of possession more than you. Cole Johnson said K-State O-line was busy throwing Colorado's D-line out the club in the second half. Okay, Hunter got to pick a side too. Well, I don't know if he wants to. He gonna have to when he gets to the NFL. He can't have no choice because they ain't gonna let him go both ways. So he gonna have to pick a side. And I think he feels a lot better being at receiver than corner, even though corner's not bad to play either. But nevertheless, Coach Brian, y'all had it. Y'all had opportunities, but y'all just couldn't stop Colorado. Y'all just couldn't stop Colorado. So that is it. Now, 6-4 for me last week. 6-4, you know, that Friday night L I took with the Utah Utes, the old Miss debacle that happened. Colorado getting punched in the mouth, and then Ohio State because Will Howard decided to run out 6 seconds and not get down. Six and 4, but 42 and 28 overall. Can't complain. 14 games above 500, having a pretty good season thus far in picking. Can't be mad at it. It is what it is. And Coach Johnson says, what did I say to these nitwuss last week concerning Colorado? When they play a team that can run on them, it's a different type of game when it comes to Colorado. Kansas State can run the football, and that's what they did. And your new rankings going into week 8 is as followed. Texas remains at number 1. Oregon makes the jump to number 2. Penn State number 3. Ohio State drops to 4. Georgia 5. Miami number 6. Alabama number 7. LSU 8. Iowa State 9. And Clemson hanging around at number 10. All right. As you see, before I go, shout out to the academies. Army coming in at 23. Navy at 25. The academy schools, the military academy schools are in the rankings. Both are in the rankings. What a year this has been for football. You got Army and Navy both ranked. And both teams are undefeated, by the way. Both teams are undefeated. So, shout out to Army and Navy doing that thing. And then that will do it for our Gridiron Roundup. All right, we're going to take our final commercial break here. Then when we come back, campus tour to the Bear Down Play 10 with my picks, and we're going to call it a day. We'll be back.
I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Shop hats and official sports gear at Liz. Liz is the leader and #1 destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you, making it the perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gear. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback adjustable fitted hat or beanie from thousands of college and pro teams. Browse the very latest sports jerseys and t-shirts from the best teams out there. Liz has officially licensed professional and college sport team apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Liz.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We're going to see about Cup. And running back Kerryon Williams to a return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron. As the set of commercial that you saw, yes, morning show with Cole Johnson every morning, weekdays, Monday through Friday, getting you right for your mornings. You know, he's been going a little ham on a certain person that's locked up right now. That was mentioned in the comments earlier in the show. Nevertheless, gives you your news from around the world, get you your sports news, give you your weather news, and then he goes into the main issues and topics being discussed throughout the entire country so that you have an understanding of what's going on. So Morning Shift with Cole Johnson every morning is Monday through Fridays with him. Cool McCain, you saw that commercial in Eagles Elite. That will be tonight. He's probably, how can I put this? He's okay with the win because they got a dub, but he's not happy about how they got the dub. So I like that. And then tomorrow, yes, I will be back tomorrow talking about the Los Angeles Rams. They are off their bye week. Now we got to get ready for the Las Vegas Raiders, who just traded Devontae Adams away. So looking forward to see how I'm going to see that and then see who's available for us in that game. All right. Nevertheless, yes, Cole Johnson. No teams have the same rankings for once. Jeez Louise, thank you, AP Poll. See, this would not happen with the College Football Playoff Committee, okay? So when these 2 weeks are up and we get to November, we are looking forward to the College Football Playoff Committee making their rankings, all right? But yes, no same teams with the same rankings, okay? Everybody has a singular ranking this week, all right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, time to preview Week 8. And how do we preview Week 8? You got to go on a campus tour. And to begin our campus tour, Lexington, Kentucky in the ACC battle. The 6th-ranked Miami Hurricanes are taking the trip out to the Bluegrass State to take on the Louisville Cardinals. That is 12 p.m. noon high on October 19th on ABC. Looking forward to this. Cam Ward has been probably the best quarterback in college football this year, which is good news from my co-host, Cool McCain of Monster Wrestling. Now, but I will say this: Miami has been living on the edge quite a bit here. Okay, was living on the edge at Blacksburg, Virginia, against the Virginia Tech Hokies. He was living on the edge against the California Golden Bears. He was living on the edge. He got away with that one too. How Miami looks in this game? Cool McCain. This is the game right here. Cool. This is the game right here. This game right here is going to officially let me know if the U is back. This game right here. This is the game I need to see. I need to see Miami win. I need to see Miami win this game. If they can go to Lexington, Kentucky, and take care of the Louisville Cardinals, we good. We're good. But y'all been living on the edge lately. I'm with you on that part. Living on the edge lately. Now, I will say that cross-country trip to Cal is different. Okay. Outside of Miami and Penn State, nobody wins cross-country trips, okay? And Cal, because Cal had to fly to Auburn and they beat the Auburn Tigers. So cross-country trips is not easy. So I give Miami a little leeway on that one. That Virginia Tech game, but got away with that one. But this game right here, this is the game for me. This is the game for me when it comes to Miami. Can they do it? And they are 4.5 point favorites going into this game. So we're gonna see if Miami is about it. All right. Go ahead if you're listening. Go ahead, throw your picks in there. I'm gonna get to your picks when I do my pick. So go ahead, throw your picks in there. How you feel? Louisville, Miami, up in Lexington, Kentucky. From Lexington, Kentucky to Clemson, South Carolina, the ACC's Death Valley, as the 10th ranked Tigers and Dabo Swinney taking on Virginia. Y'all was saying Virginia? How the hell Virginia made the campus tour list? Well, guess what? Clemson is 5-1, and Virginia is surprisingly 4-2. Yes, Virginia's 4-2. Who would have thought? The Virginia Cavaliers are 4-2. Okay, they suffered their first conference loss to Louisville, who we just talked about, who they playing Miami, and that game was 24-20. So, this is the game for Dabo Swinney to put his foot down and let the all coast conference. I'm using the game day. I'm using the college game day terms because we're talking. They literally stretch from coast to coast now. The all coast conference to say, "Hey, I'm back on top. Damn it, I'm back. I took it down a year last year. I'm back. This is the game for him to send a message." You're 21.5 point favorite over a team that's 4-2. That's saying a lot. ESPN and Atlanta's got you 89.2% in favor of winning this game. So this is the game, Dabo. If y'all saw the commercial, and shout out to Cole Johnson who made all my commercials for not only this show but for Random Talk and Show and last up. But if you see this commercial for Bearing Down the Gridiron, you will hear the clip that says that with me saying, I need Dabo to show me he understands the mission at hand. Well, this game right here is one of them games that's the mission at hand. So, Dabo, can you show me that y'all understand the mission at hand here? That is a 4-2 team right there. Don't walk into your own place in Death Valley and think you're just gonna roll your head on this beating bus because you're 21.5 point favorites against a 4-2 team and nobody's just really noticed Virginia by them being 4-2. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. From Death Valley in the ACC to the Big Ten, and are we going to Bloomington, Indiana? Yes, we are. We are in Bloomington, Indiana, because the 16th ranking undefeated Hoosiers of Indiana are 6.5 point favorites against the 5-1 Cornhuskers of Nebraska. This, to me, it's going to be an interesting game. Because when I look at it, we're talking about two teams that can pass the ball. You have Willard, the quarterback from Nebraska. He's closing in on 1,400 yards passing with 9 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. So we're talking 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which is very good. Then you got Ruka, the quarterback for Indiana. He's over 1,700 yards passing, closing in on 1,800 yards passing with 14 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. This could be a shootout. This just might be a shootout in Bloomington, Indiana. Bloomington, Indiana might be in for a show. I demand a show. We're talking 12 p.m. on Fox. So if you got your Fox stations ready, tune in because this one's going to be a blast. I won't be surprised if Big Noon Kickoff is there. Well, they should be there because, I mean, you don't get no better than Indiana, Nebraska. We're talking a combined 11-1 on the season right now. 11-1 on the season right now. Shout out. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this game. 11-1. Now, from the Big 10 to the Big 12, because we have none of the teams are ranked, but I do find this matchup interesting. Arizona State coming off that big win over Utah on last Friday. They are heading to Cincinnati, Ohio to take on the Bearcats. Okay. The Bearcats are 2.5-point favorite. And it's quite interesting. You have a matchup like this, and it's only available on ESPN Plus. So, Cole Johnson, that's not a typo, sir. That is not a typo. This game is only available on ESPN Plus. Only available on ESPN Plus. You can't watch it on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPNU, ESPN Classic, ESPN3. Nope, can't watch none of it. You have to have ESPN Plus to watch this game. And we have a team that is 5-1 in the Sun Devils going against a 4-2 Bearcats team. And you think people are not interested in this game? We're talking about teams. Let me go to the Big 12 standings. Let me go to the Big 12 standings. You have BYU at 1, Iowa State 2, and Texas Tech at 3. All three of them are 3-0 in conference play. Then you have then your next three. Then your next three teams are Kansas State, Arizona State, and Cincinnati, along with Colorado and West Virginia, all 2-1 in conference play. And you put this game on ESPN Plus. This is an important game right here in the Big 12. Because one of these two teams is going to have their second conference loss, and the other team moves to 3-1 in conference play, and hoping the likes of BYU and Iowa State and Texas Tech all gets dropped this week. This is an important game here. See, I do my research, so I just don't pick the eye candy games. I have to have a reason behind it. So yes. So those of you who want to know why I picked Arizona State and Cincinnati as a part of the campus tour, I hope you understood why now. This is a very big game in the Big 12. Somebody gonna suffer their second conference loss, and the other one gonna move to 3-1 and be that much closer to be on top of the Big 12. Okay. And then we get to the SEC. Oh boy. How different this game feels now. 7-ranked Crimson Tide are going to Rocky Top to take on the 11-ranked Volunteers of Tennessee. Alabama 5-1. Tennessee 5-1. Tennessee is thrilled to get past Florida. Alabama not happy with the way they played against South Carolina. So we got two teams feeling a little different about themselves going into this big matchup. The last time this game was in Tennessee, Tennessee came out victorious. It's been like a decade or so since the last time they beat Alabama before that win. I do that, I believe, 2 years ago. And Alabama, they was embarrassed by Vanderbilt. They still should feel embarrassed the way they played against South Carolina. And now you're going in a Rocky Top. 3:30, ABC. Alabama 3-point favorites. They're getting the field goal. ESPN says 53.6% in favor of Alabama to 46.4% in favor of Tennessee. Murrow is closing in on 1,500 passing yards with 12 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He also is the leading rusher for the Crimson Tide with 360 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. Nico Ilamalava, quarterback for Tennessee, closing just over 1,200 yards passing with 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Sampson, the running back for the Volunteers, closing in on 700 yards of rushing with 15 touchdowns. So, Kellen DeBoer, the pressure is starting to cook over there in Alabama because these people are starting to miss Nick Saban, because Nick Saban They are so used to Nick Saban and Alabama Crimson Tide team being disciplined, having manners, right? Playing the game. That's not what this team is doing. This team is undisciplined. This team is talking trash. And yet, you already got an L on your schedule already. So the feeling in Crimson Thailand is different. Knoxville, they is happy they got past Florida. That's how much that game means to them. They beat Florida. No matter how Florida looked going into the game, they are happy as hell they beat Florida. Because they would have lost to Florida after losing to Arkansas. Woo-hoo, boy. Might have been some tables being turned over, some cars being flipped. That dog, y'all lost to Arkansas and you lost to Florida. Jesus Louise. But they got past Florida. So very interesting on this one. Now let's go to a interesting matchup. And I do say interesting matchup because damn it surprised the hell out of me too. I'm not even gonna front. Notre Dame, the 21st Fighting Irish, they are heading to the ATL to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. We have 5-1 versus 5-2. Okay. Notre Dame's 11-point favorites in going into this game. ESPN says 83.5% in favor of the Fighting Irish or the Yellow Jackets. Marcus Freeman, you still have some making up to do because you took an L at home in South Bend to Northern Illinois. Okay. Georgia Tech, on the other hand, we didn't expect Georgia Tech to be the way that they are, but their two losses that came to Syracuse at the Q-Dome and at Louisville to the Louisville Cardinals. Outside of that, they beat North Carolina. They beat Duke. They beat Florida State. Okay. So, Marcus Freeman, this is the game that you need to win. You need to win this game. If Georgia Tech beats you, South Bend's going to be in some problems, okay? That's all I'm going to say. So you need this win. You need it. From the ATL to the state of Illinois. And I do mean Champaign, Illinois, because top 25 matchup in the Big Ten. The 22nd Final Line are hosting the 24th ranked Wolverines of Michigan, 3:30 p.m. CBS and Paramount Plus. Sharon Moore and the Wolverines are 3-point favorites on the road. 59.6% is in favor of the Wolverines according to ESPN. So here's my question to Sharon Moore and the Michigan Wolverines. Are y'all going to show me a passing attack at some point in time this season? Because obviously everybody knows that you like to run the ball, and if they can stop the run, they can beat Michigan. That's as Washington Huskies. The week after they lost to the Washington State Cougars the week before. Okay. In Illinois, they love to throw the ball. Altmer is closing in on 1,500 passing yards with 14 touchdowns, only one interception. This man has thrown only one interception. He's almost at 1,500 yards passing with 14 touchdowns on only one interception. So we have a team that loves to pass versus a team that loves to run. Something's got to give. Which one of these defenses want to stop the other strength? That's the question of the day. And this one coming from this game, Michigan and Illinois. From up north, back down south to Fayetteville, Arkansas. A rivalry in the SEC, where the LSU Tigers ranked 8th in the country, feeling very good about themselves, getting that big win over Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. Now they go to Fayetteville to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. And surprising enough, 7 p.m. on ESPN, Arkansas comes into this game 4-2. They only lost 2 games this season. Yes, this is Arkansas we're talking about here. Yeah, you know, the school that Joel went to. Yeah. So they lost in overtime to Oklahoma State, 39-31. Double overtime. I remember that game because I damn near came on the show and almost cussed Mike Gundy out. because I didn't understand what type of team Arkansas had. But Arkansas got a good team this year, and they lost to Texas A&M in the battle of Jerry's World in Arlington, Texas. Outside of that, they have beaten Auburn at Auburn, by the way. They beat Tennessee, the big upset. So if I'm Brian Kelly, this is not the game that you turn in. This is not the game for you to turn into the Brian Kelly that I know you to turn into. Because this might be the game your ass actually turn into Brian Kelly. Because you almost did it last week, but Lane Kiffin decided to outdo you. This might be the game you probably turn it, but don't you go in this game and that like you can just walk over Arkansas. Arkansas, so they can play some ball. Don't get it twisted. And then we have a Mountain West versus Pac-12 matchup. You have the UNLV Running Rebels traveling to Corvallis to take on the Oregon State Beavers. Now, what you didn't realize is UNLV is having a hell of a season thus far, surprisingly. Yeah, we're having a lot of surprising teams on the campus tour list. I give you that. Just like, I'm paying attention. I'm trying to pay attention to everything. That's 10 p.m. on CW. DCW. Okay. This is going to be a very interesting game here. Oregon State is trying to pick themselves up. They 4-2 on the year. They took an L to Nevada last week at Nevada, by the way. Okay. So they already took an L to a Mountain West team. Now they got a Mountain West team coming to them. And the UNLV won the Rebels. They are 5-1. All right. And they 7.5 point favorites is the team that is not from the Pac-12. It's the Mountain West team. That's 7.5 point favorites. ESPN Analytics, it says the Running Rebels 59.6%. They are liking what they're seeing from the Running Rebels, or maybe they just don't understand Oregon State. I don't know which one it could be, but we'll find out. 10 p.m. on the CW. The CW. Man, I got to say, shout out to the CW because now you got college football games being played on their network. You got WWE NXT being played on that network. CW is trying to come up. They are trying to come up in the broadcast and sports world here. I see what you're doing, CW. I'm giving you credit. Your credit is due. You're coming up. All right. And now, let's get to the spotlight game of the week. And where else are we going to go? Austin, Texas. Top 5 matchup in the Southeastern Conference. The Georgia Bulldogs, led by Kirby Smart, trying to right the ship after they took a good old beating by the Crimson Tide a couple of weeks ago down in Tuscaloosa. Now they got to head to Austin, Texas to take on the number 1 team in all the land. And the Texas Longhorns coming off the 2-stepping that they did all over the Oklahoma Sooners. The Longhorns are 3.5 point favorites going into this game. ESPN Analytics. Cole Johnson. ESPN Analytics don't even give Georgia a 25% chance to win this game. They're at 23.7 for Georgia. That means 76.3 is on the Longhorns. That is remarkable. Jeez. They ain't giving Georgia a chance to win this game. Vegas says, nah, we give them 3.5. We give them 3. It's still Georgia. ESPN said, F that. We don't like what we're seeing for Georgia. Carson Beck, 18-18. That means 1,818 passing yards with 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 31 ratio. Archie Manning is the leading passer for Texas, but Quentin Ewers is the starting quarterback for Texas. So Quentin Ewers, he just came back. Now he got his wheeling back on his belt. I expect to see the old Quentin Ewers because now that they did a 2-step on Oklahoma, good gracious. They did it. They literally did the Texas 2-step all over Oklahoma in the Red River Rivalry. Can they keep that momentum and try to do the 2-step on some Bulldogs? That's what I want to know. Because that's what we get. Now, I believe that should do it for our, campus tour. And we jump right into our bear down play 10. Give me Miami. I'm going to believe in the Miami Hurricanes on this one. The U will be back at the end of this one. And Cole Johnson agrees. I like Miami in this one. Louisville is a little softer than I thought. You know, when you throw the word soft around, that's a strong word there, sir. You know, men don't like hearing the word soft. But I'm taking the Miami. I'm a believer. I believe the U is back. Give me Clemson. Just like Cole Johnson. He's taking Dabo Sweeney's. I'm going with the Dabo Sweeney's too, but he also threw a caveat. He also do something else in there. But if Dabo Sweeney loses to the sorry Seminoles in Tallahassee, we ain't got there yet. Don't be a Damien jump ahead. I'm taking Clemson. Clemson, this is the game for you to show me that you understand the mission at hand. And then whenever you get to Florida State, we'll talk about that game. If I want to talk about that game, because Florida State is terrible. Okay, Florida State is damn right terrible. Cole Johnson, he likes Indiana. Cole Johnson's going with Indiana. I'm going with Nebraska. I'm gonna pick them big boys from the big country of Nebraska, them corn huskers. I think them corn huskers give Indiana something they haven't dealt with yet. That's some big boys. And I think Nebraska pulls this one out on the road. That's me and Cole Johnson first disagreement. I'm gonna go with their home team. I'm gonna take Cincinnati. Cole Johnson also is gonna take Cincinnati, barely, but I'm gonna take Cincinnati. I'm gonna roll with the Bearcats on this one. I'm just gonna roll with the Bearcats on this one. I'm feeling Bearcatish on this one. Give me the Crimson Tide, damn it. If Kellen the boy and the Alabama Crimson Tide don't get it done this game, I don't care what they did to Georgia. If you don't get it done this game, if you don't look like Alabama in this game, we're going to have some serious problems. Okay? Because Tennessee's on a high right now. They survived Florida. They feel good. And the fans in Alabama are not pleased at all. So, Kellen the boy, get your team together. Get your team disciplined. And get this win. Please. And Coach Johnson said, yeah, that game 2 years ago in Rocky Top, the whole state party after that game. Because it's been a long time since they beat Alabama. And I don't think, Kellen the boy, I don't think you want a repeat result. Okay? I'm just saying. Give me Notre Dame. I'm gonna take the Fighting Irish. Marcus Freeman, this is your chance to make a statement, okay? Coach Johnson said Golden Domes in a snooze fest. Well, just to say have Golden Domes too, you know that, right? Literally, Georgia State helmet is golden as well. Now, there'll be a time they wear the white one or the blue ones, but most of the time they helmets are gold dome too. But I think you're picking Notre Dame, so because it's just pretty much the only thing you call the gold dome is Notre Dame. But I'm taking Notre Dame too. So Cole is picking Illinois over Michigan. I do have a work colleague who graduated from Champaign. Okay. So he's going with the Champaign routine. Also, Michigan is too one-dimensional for me. And Illinois looks more balanced on offense. Yep. That's my reasoning right there. We know Michigan wants to run. And I just think Illinois, if they can find a way to stop the run, they will beat Michigan. And I wish they can. I think they can. So give me the Fighting Illini. All right, Brian Kelly. This is not a game for you to be Brian Kelly. All right. This is not the game for you to be Brian Kelly. So just don't do it. And Cole speaking LSU too. He said this game is too easy for Brian Kelly to Brian Kelly it. But I have a feeling he might Brian Kelly it, knowing him. I'm going UNLV. Cole is going with the Oregon State Beavers for more support. Not more. This man said he's picking Oregon State for more support. Memorials. Oh, then he gonna say UNLV should win this game though. You was up. I don't know what to say to you. I have nothing to say to you, sir. That's just I don't know what to say to you right now. All right. And then that brings us to our spotlight game of the week. As we all know, Texas and Georgia. As those of you who are new to the show, I poll the fans. So we give our game of the week out around Sundays, and we give them to Tuesday to vote. And the fans been on one. Now, last week they took an L along with me because we all hopped on Ohio State and Oregon won. So that's the first L for the fans. So let's see how the fans bounce back. Are they taking Texas or Georgia? 59.6 of the votes going on Texas. So Texas is the favorite by the fans. I already know Cole Johnson is picking Texas because when does he ever pick against Texas? Never. But the question is, playmaker. Who do you have? Do you have your arch rival in the Georgia Bulldogs? Who did I pick to win the SEC, by the way? Or are you believing in Hook'em Horns in Texas? So, Cole Johnson, I know you're waiting for your answers. And guess what? Hook'em Horns. I'm going Texas. I'm rocking with the Texas Longhorns to get this dub. That'll put Kirby Smart in a 0-2 hole when it comes to SEC play, losing to Alabama in Texas, even though I know they won some SEC games because they had to play other teams, but that's a big spot to be in, and you got to try to climb your way out of it to get back into contention, which means I'm also killing my SEC pick. Well, hell, my ACC pick is already killed. My Big 12 pick is about damn near killed. Might as well go ahead and kill my SEC pick. I already got the Big 10 left, which is Oregon, so might as well go ahead. I'm going with Longhorns. I'm picking Texas. All right? I don't care what y'all say. Cool McCain says, the Rebels are beating the Bravers. Oh, you mean Beavers. There you go. Yeah, that's what I thought. And Cole Johnson says, he says, there you go, fans. Y'all know what's up. He just having a ball that I picked Texas right now. But yes, there you go. I got the Miami Hurricanes. I got the Clemson Tigers, Nebraska Huskies, the Cincinnati Bearcats, the Alabama Crimson Tide, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the fighting lineup of Illinois LSU Tigers, the reigning Rebels of UNLV, and the Texas Longhorns, as the fans have the Texas Longhorns over the Georgia Bulldogs. All right. And that is it for the picks for the week. And that will do it for today's show. It's been a fun one. Almost closing in on 2 hours, which is crazy for us to say that by. So, but nevertheless, we had to go through some things. I had to get some stuff off my chest because what took place in certain places didn't sit well with me, so I had to get those off. But I do thank y'all for chiming in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to my brother Cool McCain for putting the show on a play called Sports Talk. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Cole Johnson doing what he does best, being in the comment section acting no damn fool along with Cool McCain and anybody else that was watching. So reminder, cats buried down the grid on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, even Pandora for all the platforms that you want to listen to. We are also on 502 American Angel Radio up in Indiana. They should be happy because I talked about the Indiana Hoosiers. And also the Weird Rise Radio up in the northeast corner of the country. Shout out to my brother Rise at Hefe. So there you go. For the Playmaker, I am signing off until next week for more college football talk. But catch me tomorrow right here, same places for Ramley Talk. Getting ready for the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. All right. Deuces.